Hello everyone, it's me, Aaron, Professor Thorgy, and welcome to another episode of Game Room, the show where we just geek out about video games, and today that is more true than ever, because if you have watched this channel for a while, then you know that I am a massive fan of Nintendo. I have been with them throughout my entire gaming life. However, let's be honest, the past couple of years, almost close to a decade at this point, has not been kind to the Nintendo fans. The Wii was a massive success at first, but then it just kind of fizzled out and died, and the Wii U never even got off the ground. Yes, the 3DS has been killing it, but that's really it. If you want a home console for Nintendo, you have been sorely disappointed. So if you're like me, then you have been holding your breath, waiting to hear what the heck the Nintendo NX is going to be, and this week it was finally revealed to us that it is going to be called the Nintendo Switch. And honestly, it's a little bit of everything we could have wanted. Now, I'm not going to go into every detail about what we know so far, simply because we don't know that much so far, and also because, let's be honest, there are other people out there online who have probably already done a far better job covering that than I possibly could. This show is just a celebration of video games, and it's just a place where we come and geek out about video games. So today, I'm just going to tell you why I am so incredibly excited about the Nintendo Switch. But in order to explain to you why I'm so excited about the Nintendo Switch, I feel like I should start off by explaining what I feel Nintendo's problem has been over the past couple of years. And its biggest problem is that Nintendo, with their home consoles, has really been going for gimmicks. Now, don't get me wrong, those gimmicks really worked for them in the beginning. When the Wii came out, those motion controllers really set it aside and made it appeal to a whole new audience. However, that kind of fizzled out for the same reason why the Wii U never really got started, and it's because all the game makers out there had to now look at Nintendo's console and go, oh, well, how are we going to adapt our game into that? How are we going to turn this game that we don't really have to change anything for the PlayStation Xbox version and then make it something completely new to incorporate these motion controls or this touchscreen? Not to mention the graphic capabilities of the Wii and the Wii U were always a step behind the PlayStation and the Xbox. But now, looking at the Switch, this idea of having a home console that you can play on your TV, but then you can just pick it up and take it with you wherever you go, that's brilliant to me, because that's not a gimmick. There's a difference between a gimmick and just a new function of the system. A gimmick is when you go, okay, if you're going to make a game for our system, you have to figure out a way to work with this. But with this idea of having a home console that can turn into a portable console just like that, that's not a gimmick. That's a new function, and it doesn't require the people making these games to have to do anything differently. They don't have to sit there and go, oh geez, okay, so how are we going to figure out a way to incorporate this function into our game? They don't. They just have to make the game. They can make the exact same game that they're making for the PlayStation and for the Xbox, and then Nintendo goes, hey man, our console does the rest of the work. Yes, the people who are making this game can come in and go, alright, let's figure out a way to map our controls to these multiple tiny controllers that the Switch has, and that will be more work on their part, but they don't have to do that. They can just go, here's how the controls work on the regular console, here's how it works when you turn it into a portable system. The controls are exactly the same. There is no additional work that they have to do, and the graphics seem to be equal to the PlayStation and the Xbox, meaning that they don't have to then tap the graphics down and figure out a way to make it match this less powerful system. They just have to make the game. That has been the biggest problem for Nintendo when it comes to their consoles, is that third-party developers do not want to make games for their consoles because it is additional work on their part, and oftentimes the game that they have to make for the Nintendo console will not work on the Xbox and PlayStation, so basically, it's more work on their part for less income, so why would they do that? Here, they just have to make the game, and then it is up to you, the consumer, to decide, well, I can get this game on any of the consoles that I own, but if I get for the Nintendo Switch, I then have a game that I can pick up and take with me wherever I go. That instantly gives Nintendo a leg up on every single game that comes out. For example, in that commercial, they showed people playing Skyrim, and I should just go ahead and point this out now. Nintendo has since come out and said, Skyrim is not confirmed for the Nintendo Switch. Maybe you should have clarified that before you put it in the commercial. Maybe work that deal out before you decide to put that footage in there. I don't know, just saying. However, when I was playing Skyrim, that was one of the most addictive video game experiences I have ever had. That was one of those games where I would be playing it up until the second that I had to leave and run out the door to go to work. And I kept thinking to myself, I don't want to stop playing this. I just want to keep playing. But with this, I can keep doing that. I can then pick up the console and just take it with me on the subway and continue playing my adventures through the world of Skyrim slaying dragons while I am riding the R train to work. And that is the other thing about this console that is a massive relief to me. Because the big concern that all Nintendo fans have been having for the past couple of years is they know that the 3DS is great, and Nintendo is focusing and continuing to support the Nintendo 3DS, but the reason why they are doing that is because over in Japan, almost everyone takes public transportation, and because of that, everyone uses the Nintendo 3DS. It is the console of choice over there for people who just want to kill time when they're on public transportation. However, over here in the States, most people drive their car to work. Most people don't take public transportation. And because of that, there is no need for portable consoles. People over here prefer home consoles, so there has been a concern that many Nintendo fans have been having, which is, alright Nintendo, when it comes down to it, what are you gonna choose? Are you going to choose to continue to support home consoles? Or are you going to look at what's making you money and realize the portable consoles are what is going to keep your business afloat, and you're just going to drop the home console, which would be a massive disappointment to everyone over here in the States. Nintendo came in and said, ¿Por qué no los dos? Yes, I've been looking forward to this mysterious Nintendo NX project, but in the back of my mind, I've had that fear that it's probably going to flop, because it's going to be a home console, and Nintendo will not support its home console when it knows that its money is coming from the portable consoles. But this idea of turning the home console into your portable console and then back again is the perfect solution. Now, Nintendo can support its portable console at the same time as supporting the home console. Everything is all now under one house. And it also answers a complaint that so many people out there have had about Nintendo's home consoles, which is that they have looked at the portable consoles and said, there are so many great games on there, why can't you just take those games, put them on the home console, buff up the graphics a little bit, bam, you now have games that you want to play on your home console. It's the perfect answer for people over here in the States who don't use their portable consoles all that much. That's exactly what's going to happen. You know how many years I have heard people say, when are we going to get a Pokemon game on our home console? When are we going to get an actual official next generation of Pokemon on the home console? It's going to now happen. Don't get me wrong, the Nintendo 3DS will still continue to be their primary portable system for at least the next couple of years, but I would honestly be shocked if we get a Nintendo 3DS 2. I would be shocked if they make another generation of portable consoles and they don't just place all their eggs into this one home/portable console basket. And just looking at the portable capabilities of this system, I've always said that one of the reasons why I love Nintendo so much is that it's run by gamers. I'm not saying that any of the other companies out there aren't full of gamers, but they're mostly full of businessmen. Nintendo is full of people who are like, I just want games to be fun. I want games that everyone can enjoy. And when I was looking at the portable capabilities of this system, it made me realize these guys stayed up late at night, every single night, brainstorming ways to make this the most accessible portable system that they could. They didn't just say, okay, you can just pick it up and take it with you. No, they went, okay, what if you take it on a plane? How about we put a kickstand? Well, would you still be holding the controllers there on the table? No, why don't we take the controllers so you can take them off and hold them separately in both hands? What if you're playing with two people in the same room? Well, what if you could then take both of the controllers off, turn them sideways, and now both of you have separate controllers? What if you don't like using that controller and you prefer the classical controllers? Well, then you can take a classical controller and then plug it in, and that works just fine as well. It is stunning to me how much Nintendo tried to make this a portable console that will work anywhere with any group of people. And by the way, speaking of people and the people that we saw in that trailer, I've heard a couple of people point this out, but I definitely think it is worth noticing that Did you notice that for the first time in I don't know how many generations, Nintendo had a commercial promoting its console, and you didn't see any kids in there? And I am not saying that Nintendo should not make games that are aimed at kids. I'm not saying that they should not be a family-friendly console. I am not saying that they should not make games for any age range. What I'm saying is that they haven't been making games for any age range. Nintendo has been doubling down on aiming their games at kids. And I'm not saying that you have to be a kid to enjoy those games. I love Nintendo games, and I am 30 years old. So trust me, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, yeah, man, where have been the games for the teenagers? Where have been the games for the 20-year-old? Where have been the games for the 30-year-old? Where's been the games for all the people in between young kids and retirees who are blown away by the idea of motion controls? It was really refreshing to see Nintendo aim their games at the generation of people out there who do play games the most. And again, not saying that they shouldn't aim games at kids. However, have you listened to what games kids want to play? The vast majority of games that kids are interested in are the ones that are aimed at the 20-year-olds, are the ones aimed at the 30-year-olds. Kids don't want games that talk down to them. Kids don't want games that are too simple. They like games with complex stories, just like the rest of us. So the moment that you stop aiming these games specifically at them and you aim them at all generations, suddenly you have games that all generations can enjoy. And I'm not coming in here and saying that, oh, I want Nintendo to start making mature-rated games that are very dark and graphic. No, I always love Nintendo for the fact that they are upbeat and fun. And when you watch this trailer, it recognizes, hey man, there are people in that middle generation that want fun, upbeat games. That's the entire tone of this trailer. It's that, hey man, fun games are for everyone. Now, I've been praising this console nonstop, but there is one concern that I have had, and I'm going to loop this back around to what I started this video with, in which I was saying that this is a console that game developers no longer have to figure out how to work around Nintendo's gimmick, which means we can finally get third-party games on this Nintendo system again, and that is Nintendo's biggest problem. Yes, the touchpad on the Wii U is a cool idea. Yes, the motion controls on the Wii were a cool idea. However, your cool ideas don't mean anything because at the end of the day, what sells consoles and what defines your console and whether or not it will be a success all comes down to one thing: games. Are there games on the system? Which is what made me so happy to see that giant list of all the third-party developers who have games planned for the Nintendo Switch. However, I still have a few concerns because if they're just going to put games on the Nintendo Switch that they were just going to put on the PlayStation and the Xbox, yes, as I said, Nintendo will still automatically have a leg up on their competition because their console can do more than those other consoles. However, most people already own an Xbox or a PlayStation, so if you have to decide on buying a whole other console just so that you can now play the games that you could already get on your PlayStation, but you can now take them on the go, yes, as I said, being able to take them on the go is a leg up for Nintendo if someone has to decide which console to buy. But if they already own a console, I don't know if that's going to be enough to convince them to buy another console. And that's why I am really hoping that Nintendo will come out and announce that these third-party developers aren't just going to put the exact same games on their console that they're putting on all the other consoles, but they will also be making exclusives for the Nintendo Switch. It doesn't have to be exclusive games, it can just be exclusive versions of these games that have like one additional little thing in it. For example, we all saw Atlas on there, and you know I am a massive fan of the Persona franchise, and Persona 5 comes out 1 month before the Nintendo Switch, so if they come in here and say, hey, Persona 5 will also be on the Switch, but there's going to be one new character. There's going to be one additional little storyline. A couple of new weapons that you can use in this one. One new side boss that you can fight in this one. Just anything like that would be enough to make me go, alright, I was going to buy this on the PlayStation. I'll buy it on the Nintendo Switch instead. Just small stuff like that. Just those little tiny things that can convince people who already own the PlayStation and the Xbox that they need to buy the Nintendo Switch for more than just its portability. In fact, in the next few weeks, I have an editorials video coming out in which I'm going to lay out all the things that I would love to see the Nintendo Switch do. So if you want to see that or any of the other geeky videos that we do every single week on this channel, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to support this channel, then make sure that you share these videos and give us a thumb up. It's the best way to help people find this channel. And let me know in the comments down below or on Twitter and Tumblr at Professor Thorgy what you thought about this Nintendo Switch announcement. Alright, that's it for me today, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in, and make sure to tune in again next time because I am so excited about the Nintendo Switch that I guarantee you I am going to continue to talk about this a lot until it eventually comes out in March. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, everyone.